Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Burnley. So, going to go with the 4-2-2 formation. In goal, David De Gea. David De Gea did very well against Newcastle recently. He made several key saves in that second half. The best save he made was from Almiron towards the end of the game. De Gea saved Manchester United against Newcastle. De Gea is back to his best. Got to give him credit because this season he's been superb. De Gea is planning to spend many more years at Manchester United. He's already been a loan servant. This season is his 11th season at Man United. He has been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's got under 2 years left on his contract and he receives £375,000 a week. De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Revert back to last summer, he reclaimed the #1 spot back as he did decide to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks. He did mention that De Gea was determined to fight for his Man United future. At right back, I'm going to go with Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot is Manchester United's first choice right back under Ralf Rangnick. Diogo Dalot played against Newcastle recently. Don't think he was that good. I thought his crossing against Newcastle was quite poor and he struggled against Allan Saint-Maximin. But Dalot did create Edinson Cavani's equaliser. Diogo Dalot obviously played against Norwich on the 11th of December. He also played in the games against Crystal Palace and Arsenal. I thought he played very well in them 2 games. Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Manchester United got Dalot from Porto for £19 million. He's got a contract with Manchester United until 2023. The 2 centre-halves, I'm going to go with Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire. Raphael Varane obviously played against Newcastle recently. That was Varane's first appearance since the 2-2 draw against Atalanta. I thought Varane was poor against Newcastle. You know, he misplaced some passes. And he was the culprit for the Newcastle goal because in the build-up to the Saint-Maximin goal, Varane lost the possession. Varane has endured 2 injuries so far since he signed for Manchester United. You know, he had a hamstring injury not so long ago, and earlier on in the season he had a groin injury, and he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced, and he's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. Not only that, he was a long-serving player at Real Madrid before he came to Manchester United. Manchester United got Varane for around 41 million with add-ons included. Man United paid around 34 million up front. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Harry Maguire, he was very poor against Newcastle recently. He made some mistakes at the back, did Maguire. There was one early mistake he made in the game that could have been costly. Maguire is enduring a dreadful season. Earlier on in the season, Maguire had a calf injury. He had ligament damage in his ankle towards the end of last season. By the way, Maguire got a yellow card in the game against Newcastle. Manchester United certainly overpaid for Maguire. Paid £80 million for him. So he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club, behind Paul Pogba. At left back, I'm going to go with Alex Telles. Alex Telles is Man United's first choice left back under Rangnick. Telles played against Newcastle recently. Telles has had good games this season. The reason Manchester United brought Telles in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Earlier on this season, Telles had an injury. Manchester United got Telles for around 15.4 million from Porto last year. Two centre defensive midfielders. I'm going to go with Matic and Fred. Matic didn't start against Newcastle, but he did come on. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still has been given his opportunities. Matic is only the predominant centre defensive midfielder that Manchester United have got. Matic has been at Manchester United for like 5 years now. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. Matic will leave Manchester United next year. He'll come in for McTominay, will Matic, because I think McTominay went off injured in the game against Newcastle. Fred, he was very poor against Newcastle. He gave the ball away countless times. I was shocked with how poor Fred was. Because, revert back to the Crystal Palace game. Fred played very, very well. He scored a stunning goal late on. Fred also made an impact in the 3-2 win against Arsenal because he got an assist in that game. And he also won the penalty. He also did well in the 1-1 draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season. If you do remember rightly, he squandered a chance in that game. Fred was probably our best outfield player in the 1-0 win against Norwich, which was over 2 weeks ago. So he was in very, very good form until the poor performance he put out against Newcastle. Fred is not a good player overall, and I have heavily criticised him before. Manchester United got Fred for around 50 million from Shakhtar Donetsk a few years ago. The two attacking midfielders, I'm going to go with Donny van der Beek and Mason Greenwood. Donny van der Beek will obviously come in for Fernandes. Fernandes can't play in this game as he is suspended. Fernandes picked up 5th yellow card of the season against Newcastle. Fernandes was very, very poor against Newcastle. So Van der Beek does deserve a chance. I haven't had a great deal of a perception on Van der Beek at Manchester United because he has not been given nowhere near enough opportunities. Van der Beek will not be allowed to leave Manchester United in January, as Van der Beek is valued by Ralf Rangnick. If he leaves next year, he'll leave in the summer. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, Van der Beek was very frustrated because he didn't get enough opportunities. Towards the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure, Van der Beek confirmed that he wanted to leave Manchester United in January. Van der Beek's only scored 2 goals for the club, and he's been a Manchester United player for over a year and a half now. This season's been his second full season at Man United. Man United got Van der Beek in a deal worth 40 million, with add-ons included. Van der Beek's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Mason Greenwood, he obviously played against Newcastle. He was probably our best attacking player. He did have lively moments in the game, and at times he looked pretty good at the edge of Newcastle's box. Mason Greenwood's done pretty well though since he recovered from COVID. Greenwood didn't start against Norwich over 2 weeks ago, but he came on. He played in the 1-1 draw against Young Boys. He did very well in that one because he scored a very good volley. He also made an impact when he came on in the 1-0 win against Palace because he got the assist for the Fred goal. So there you go. Earlier on in the season, Greenwood scored a stunning goal in the 4-2 defeat to Leicester. Revert back to 2019, it said Manchester United offered Mason Greenwood a life-changing amount of money for him to leave. Earlier on in the season, it said Greenwood was upset that Ronaldo always starts. Greenwood's been a revelation though since he broke into our senior squad. He made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, so he has been part of the club for a long time, and last season he signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. And the 2 strikers, I'm going to go with Edinson Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo. Edinson Cavani just returned from injury not so long ago. He didn't start against Newcastle, but he did come on and he rescued a point for Manchester United. Cavani did score Man United's equaliser. It was fortuitous, was the goal. Because Cavani's shot got deflected off Lascelles' boot and went into the bottom right corner, but Cavani's first shot got blocked by the Newcastle defence. Cavani will leave Manchester United next year. If he doesn't leave next month, he will leave in the summer. Revert back to earlier on in the season. He said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona are seeing Cavani as a replacement for Aguero, because not so long ago Aguero retired due to heart problems. By the way, I think Barcelona have signed Ferran Torres from Man City. Juventus have also been in for Cavani, and Cavani's already rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Cavani initially lost his place in the Man United team, with the club re-signing Ronaldo last summer. Cavani's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani and Ronaldo, though, do complement each other very well when they play together. You know, they played together in the 3-0 win against Tottenham earlier on in the season. Ronaldo, he was poor against Newcastle recently. Ronaldo did not create a single chance, and he didn't get any service. And Ronaldo got a yellow card in the game against Newcastle for that challenge on Ryan Fraser. He was lucky not to be sent off. You know, Ronaldo is the best player in the world overall. You know, Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Revert back to October, Ronaldo got named Player of the Month, and back in September he got named Premier League Player of the Month. So that's back-to-back awards since he re-signed. Ronaldo's got a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. I don't think he'll see out his contract. He receives around £480,000 a week at Man United. He wears a number 7 shirt, and Man United got Ronaldo for around 19.8 million with add-ons included. But you know, Ronaldo's rescued Manchester United a few times this season. You know, he rescued us in the 2-2 draw against Atalanta, because he scored twice in stoppage time at the end of both halves in that game. You know, he saved Manchester United in the 1-0 win against Norwich over 2 weeks ago, because he scored the winner from the penalty spot. He saved Manchester United in the 2-1 win against Villarreal earlier on this season. So there you go. If it weren't for Ronaldo, Manchester United would be in a worse position than they're in now. You know, Ronaldo has 13 goals in all competitions since he re-signed, and he's got 802 goals in his career. So anyway, that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Burnley. There is no Paul Pogba. He's still out with a muscle injury, but Pogba's very close to returning, so that's good news from a Man United perspective. If Pogba leaves Man United next year, he'll leave in the summer, because Man United are not negotiating a Paul Pogba transfer for next month. So Man United expect Paul Pogba to stay in January, despite Pogba nearing the end of his contract. Pogba's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract offer. But Rangnick said earlier on this season he won't try to convince Pogba to stay at Man United if he wants to go. Victor Lindelof, he's got COVID, so he won't be playing any part in this game. Anthony Martial has got a minor injury, but he doesn't really get in the team anyway. Now recently, Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Anthony Martial. Well, it said not so long ago that Sevilla reached an agreement in principle to sign Martial. But Martial's wages are the stumbling block for Sevilla. Martial receives around £240,000 a week at Man United. Prior to the Newcastle game, Ralph Rangnick confirmed that Anthony Martial wants to leave Manchester United, as last Wednesday Martial held talks with Rangnick over his future, and earlier on this month Martial's agent confirmed that Martial wants to leave Man United in January. But this game against Burnley is a must-win game for Manchester United. You know, Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 1-1 draw with Newcastle, and it was a very poor performance against Newcastle. Manchester United were very lucky to draw at Newcastle. I gave Newcastle credit because I thought Newcastle played very, very well. You know, they kept the possession well, they passed the ball well, they looked very good on the counter-attack. They caused all sorts of problems for Manchester United. And they had better of the chances. From a Newcastle perspective, they would have been disappointed that they didn't get all 3 points. Rangnick didn't like the performance at all against Newcastle. Burnley, they're really struggling. Burnley are 18th in the Premier League, so Burnley are in the relegation zone. Burnley was supposed to be playing Everton not so long ago, but it got postponed because of COVID. Burnley's manager is Sean Dyche. He's been a long-serving manager at Burnley. You know, he's been at Burnley for almost 10 years. You know, he got appointed in as Burnley manager, was it back in 2012? He's got a contract with Burnley until 2025. Before Burnley, Sean Dyche had a spell with Watford. I do know quite a few of the players that Burnley have got, like I mentioned on the preview. Obviously, one of their key players is Chris Wood. Chris Wood has done very well at Burnley. Chris Wood got Burnley from Leeds. I think he's been far superior at Burnley than he was at Leeds. Burnley have also got Jay Rodriguez, that's a key player. Burnley have also got Vydra, he's a good player. Burnley have also got Ashley Barnes, he's good. Ashley Barnes has recently been out with injury. Burnley have also got Aaron Lennon. Aaron Lennon is a former Everton, Tottenham and Leeds player. Burnley have also got Josh Brownhill, they've got Jack Cork, they've also got Goodmanson, he's a midfielder. Burnley have also got James Tarkowski, he's a centre-half who's very, very good. They've also got Benjamin Mee. They've got Eric Peters. they've got Matthew Lowton. They've also got Phil Bardsley. Burnley have also got Dale Stephens. I think they got him from Brighton. Dale Stephens has been out with COVID. They've got Connor Roberts. He's also been out with COVID. They've also got Maxwell Cornet. Maxwell Cornet has been out with injury. And the goalkeepers Burnley have got, they've obviously got Wayne Hennessy. They've got Nick Pope. And they've also got Will Norris. Now, this fixture at Old Trafford last season was 3-1 to Manchester United. Manchester United beat Burnley at Turf Moor last season 1-0. Burnley did win at Old Trafford back in January 2020 2-0. You know, Manchester United's game against Burnley is Man United's final game of 2021. But against Burnley, we've got to see a far superior performance to what we saw against Newcastle. Manchester United's first game of 2022 is Wolves. Ralf Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for a month. He's managed, 5 games is it so far in all competitions? He's won 3 and he's drawn 2. I'd say Rangnick has enjoyed a good start to his managerial career at Man United. You know, he's unbeaten so far. I said if Rangnick does well as the interim manager, there's a chance he'll get the Man United job on a permanent basis. So he is Man United's interim manager until the end of the season, and it did mention that Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. But there again, Rangnick's been warned he could lose the consultancy role if he fails to get Manchester United into the Champions League. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Rangnick has been given £75 million to spend for January. Can get quite a few players out of that. There's a lot of players that Man United are looking at, you know. We're in for Julian Alvarez from River Plate. Man United have been in advanced talks with River Plate for Julian Alvarez. Man United have also been in for Erling Haaland. We've been in for that Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen recently. He's rated at around £60 million. In recent weeks, we've been linked with Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. Recently, said Man United were in for Ruben Neves from Wolves. In recent weeks, Man United have been linked with Frankie de Jong and Rudiger. And Rangnick also admires Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice. Rangnick has already identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. I expect Man United to probably make just one signing in January because he said Man United are expected to enjoy a quiet January transfer window. Well, Romano's already said that Man United's main focus on new signings is the summer, not January. So in January we'll focus more on the outgoings than the incomings. Rangnick has brought 3 additions to Manchester United, you know, because the other week Manchester United announced the appointment of Ewan Sharp as an assistant coach and analyst. Then obviously earlier on in the season, Rangnick recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant, and then he also recommended Saz Charlenzin as a sports psychologist. In the summer, I can assure that Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. You know, Man United sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and what, over a month ago now, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So anyway guys, there'll be more videos coming up soon. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.